Good to see you all. You drag me out in the cupboard once a year. Back again. So today we've got to talk about a couple of new exciting, thank you, that works. A couple of new exciting products from AgServe, through AgServe. Insects Limited is something that has just been launched in Australia with AgServe, and it really is an exciting new product. Who are Insects Limited? They're an American-based company that specialise in pheromone production. So they develop, research, find pheromones for various different insects, for beetles and moths, and then produce traps for those specific pests. It's really great science. They use different kind of pheromones. There can be sex pheromones for attracting females or attracting males, or there can be aggregation pheromones which just pulls the population of that particular pest in. The four products that you see across the bottom of that slide there are the four products that AgServe are currently bringing in. They have a large range of products because they have a specific pheromone for many pest insects, particularly beetles and moths, obviously. Fruit fly down the track, they have a really good fruit fly trap. But anyway, this is what we have to start with. It's kind of the pick of the products.
Hi, I'm Tom with Insects Limited, and I'm here today to tell you about our all-beetle trapping system. This trap right here can help you capture those pesky beetles that are getting into your food, your pet's food, your stored bird seed, or even destroying your valuable rugs. Okay, let's first talk about the trap design. The all-beetle trap is made of 3 different components. On the top, there is a clear plastic cover that keeps out the dust and debris while also making it easy to see if you've captured anything. The clear cover snaps securely onto the blue base of the trap. The all-beetle trap has been studied and designed to be effective against 20 different beetle pests. The combination of ramp steepness, texture, and the curved slick top have been calibrated to ensure that the beetles will not only climb the ramp, but will continue up and fall into the trap. Now we're going to tell you about the third component of the trap. The third component is a removable tray that snaps into the bottom of the base. The tray is there to both capture the beetles as well as hold the attractant lures that draw the beetles into the trap. The tray system offers multiple options to trap these pest beetles. Now that we know the 3 components of the trap, we're ready to put them out and let them do their job. The all-beetle trap can be used on the floor, up high on shelves, or inside cabinets. At only a ½ inch tall, the all-beetle trap can easily slide into the spots where beetles often hide. The all-beetle traps were specifically designed to be used anywhere in your house. You can place them in the corners, along the walls, or tucked into your cabinets. By using the all-beetle trap, you don't need to sacrifice any shelf space. For example, in the kitchen, you can easily place a box of cereal or other food products directly on top of the assembled trap. Using a specifically designed carpet beetle attractant, the all-beetle trap can be placed under furniture or beneath rugs where you're suspecting carpet beetle activity. They can even alert you to a problem when the presence of beetles isn't obvious. Found in our all-beetle carpet beetle kit is a 2-lure system that includes a pheromone lure for the adults and a food attractant for the larvae and the females who are looking to lay their eggs. Now, one of the unique things about this trap is the clear cover and the blue base don't need to be replaced for many years. The only thing that you'll need to replace is the snap-in tray, the sticky glue boards, and the attractant, and they'll be as good as new. All of these parts can be purchased separately. This ends our short video on Insects Limited's new all-beetle trap. Thank you for your time, and please visit us at insectslimited.com.
So really clever technology. The pheromone that's included in this attracts a whole variety of different beetles, or you can go for specific bullets. We'll talk about the bullets later, But that's an example of one of the bullets, and you saw it placed inside, but there's actually a clip in the lid of the trap, so you can put a pheromone attractant, a specific pheromone attractant clipped into the lid of the trap. It's really nice, really clean technology, and an excellent, excellent way of monitoring pests, so that you know which particular pest you're dealing with, what you have to control in the life cycle of that pest. The no survivor trap is a hanging trap. Different from anything that you had before. I mean, it looks pretty similar, but all four sides have got glue on them. So with the pheromone attractant, then you can bring whichever pest you're targeting or what you're looking for. It can be a multi-site or it can be a specific. And inside that, as I said, there's glue on all four sides of the traps. It makes a very, very effective hanging trap. The food moth bullet lure. So that's the one I had in my hand. This is the bullet lures, and the bullet lures are very, very clever technology. Normally when you're using pheromones, they come in a tablet, something like that. They release en masse very, very quickly. This in effect is a slow release pheromone technology. The bullet is plasticized and releases some of the pheromone. Inside it, I should pass it around, or come and see it up at the back on the AgServe stuff. You can see lots of little balls. Those balls have pheromone inside them. It increases the surface area, but releases slowly. It also has an aluminium cap with a plastic release, so again, slow release. You get a pretty well constant release for up to 2 or 3 months, whereas, as I said, normally when using a pheromone, you get a big release at the start, and then it just drops right off. The multi-beetle trap, which I don't have one of here, you can see inside the bullet, there's lots of different coloured balls. So that's lots of different pheromones that are inside this specific bullet. You can see the list there, I probably don't need to read it, but I will. Indian meal moth, Mediterranean flower beetle, almond moth, tobacco moth, warehouse beetle, cigarette beetle, and capra beetle. So whichever trap you might use with that, but generally that or the hanging trap, then you can really find out what the pest is, when they're starting to appear, and then take the control measures that are necessary. Again, really, really good, clever technology. So moving on. Well, actually, I'll take any questions. Yesterday there were quite a few about the pheromone technology. Anything? Happy with that? All right, keep going. Oh, was that?
That's thumbs up.
Thumbs up, thank you. Like that's best. All right, bird control. Often AgServe gets kind of overlooked as a bird control specialist, and we have a really good and complete range of bird control products. Michael Harband in the Sydney office has been a specialist in bird control for a long, long time, and that professional knowledge is available to you at any time. This is the solar mesh kit, so we're talking about solar units, roofing solar units here, and the AgServe have a mesh kit which includes poly-coated mesh itself, stainless steel zip ties, gloves. Unique to AgServe is the wire cutters and the stainless steel instead of plastic corner zip ties. So the solar mesh fits underneath the solar panel to stop the entry of birds, rats, mice, leaves even. Useful thing. What's next? This one is unique to AgServe and it's brand new. This is a solar shield spike and clips. It's very, very clever. Polycarbonate with stainless steel prongs. Again, it's up on the stand. The great thing about this is that if you've got colour bond or tile roofs with various levels, these set at whatever length you are underneath the solar panel. You can set that to the height that you need it to be. Corrugated tin, it'll absolutely just do corrugated tin, anything. So it's very, very clever technology to get complete cover simply underneath a solar panel. Plastic clip. Traditionally, you're using ties with board repellent like this. This one comes with a simple clip and it's removable. So it's really, really simple to install, and it can be removed for cleaning or for replacing, for anything you might want to do. And that's really quite unique. It saves a huge amount of time. Easy to install, easy to remove without breaking. It's good, simple technology. And AgServe are now developing a smaller version of this that will fit with the mesh as well as with the spikes. That will come out, we believe, in how long, Jason?
6 weeks.
About 6 weeks those will be available. And it just makes the job so much easier. Having something that's replaceable is just so much easier. Last one I'm going to talk about is Rudduck, and Rudduck is a division of AgServe. Alpha Rapid, rodenticide. I like talking about rats and mice. Been doing it for a while. Alpha Rapid's really, really interesting technology. What is it? Alpha Rapid is alpha chlorelase, and some of you, particularly the old hands, will have come across alpha chlorelase in the past as a control, as a bird control. Same chemical, registered specifically for mice. That's really interesting itself. So expanding that, it doesn't kill rats, it doesn't kill bigger mammals, it only kills mice. Registration is purely and simply for mice, and that's because it only works on mice. It provides really effective control in any situation. It's a large-based bait. It's an anaesthetic. How nice is that? So it sends the mouse to sleep, and then it dies of hypothermia. How fast does it work? Less than half an hour, the mouse is dead. Again, how good is that? So, extrapolate that a little bit. You've got a mouse plague, and I don't know, some of you will have seen mouse plagues, I certainly have, and it's a horrendous situation. You've got mice in a factory, a food mill, your house, in huge numbers. You use an anticoagulant rodenticide, it's going to take 5 days before the mice die. You've got hundreds of mice running around, that really doesn't help you. You want something that's going to act very, very quickly. And that's Alpha Rapid. It really does kill them within 10 to 15 minutes. Temperature dependent. Because of dying of hypothermia, there is some dependence in temperature. And the lower the temperature, the faster it will act. But a lot of trial work has been done, and it's going to work right up to about 30 degrees. And your overnight temperatures are normally going to drop below that, so it works all around Australia. There you go, the optimum is 10 to 16, but we've done trials right up to 30 degrees to get high levels of control. Secondary toxicity is something that we talk about all the time. The second generation anticoagulants are now under somewhat of a cloud. They've been banned in some European countries. APVMA here in Australia are looking at them now. I'd hate to see them go because they're such a useful tool, but they do build up in the food chain. It's a fact. So birds of prey, raptors, will end up with some level of second generation anticoagulants in them. This isn't. It's a completely different family of chemicals. So it doesn't build up. It's not. It will in fact reduce the amount of SGAR because it's not of that group, whereas probably 95% of the rodenticides that you use, whichever one they may be, they are anticoagulants, for both first generation and particularly second generation. Because it works so quickly, the mice don't travel very far. You'll find them right next to the trap, right next to the bait in the bait box. And that's a great thing too, because again, thinking of a mouse plague, if it takes 4 or 5 days for the mouse to die, those mice can be absolutely anywhere, and you can guarantee they'll be in your wall cavities, your ceiling spaces, on the floor. They'll be just close to the box. It's really, really clever. So, new product, works very quickly. That's a picture of it up the top, little, and again there is a box on the AgServe table. Small baits, tiny amount, needed for toxic dose, amazingly small amount, and I'll show you something just shortly, but what they say, or what we say, is it's a tooth scrape, less than a gram, less than half a gram is enough to kill a mouse. So if it just scrapes its tooth across, just gets a taste, that's enough, it will die. How does it work? I suppose that's important to understand. It's skin area and body weight. So a mouse has a lot of skin relative to its size. That's why it dies, hypothermia. Whereas a rat and any bigger mammal is much, much more heavy and has the proportion of skin size to weight is much, much more. So that's why the mice die. If that makes sense. And the same reason that sparrows and small birds are really the only things that die with alpha chlorophyll bird bait. This is a major product and has been for some time in the UK and in Europe. Nathan Dennis, who some of you may know, Dentech in Dubai, tried it during the mouse plague 18 months ago. His feedback was all this. He said, absolutely amazing. Picking up about 200, this is around his own house. He's slightly outside the double. He's picking up 200 dead mice per day around his own house. He cleared it out in a 2-week period, which is just phenomenal on a mouse plague. He cleared the place out. He had gone through one full pill of brodifacoum in one night and hadn't had any control because it takes 4 or 5 days and the mice just keep on coming, so he hadn't seen anything happen. Best night with Alpha Rapid, he picked up 805 mice in the one night. That's the level of a mouse plague, that's what happens. His estimate, and this is purely from him, is that each block, and each block's only half a matchbox, less than half a matchbox, 5 cent, not much bigger than a 5 cent piece, kills 40 and 50 mice. That tooth scrape is all it took to kill each mouse. And his comment again was he must place bait stations accessible because the mice are going to die very close to it. Oh, thank you. That's it. That's the mouse in the trap, and that's all from me. Again, any questions about Alpha Rapid? No? All right. Thank you very much, everyone.